kind of hoped Fred and Spike would have a match, but it never happened. I thought it would be a great counterpoint, because she's so wholesome and wonderful, and he's so not. Yeah, I thought that they were going to go that way from the very beginning when I was a ghost and she was being nice to me. But then they decided to go elsewhere. I don't know why.
I want to ask about a character you mentioned briefly already, of course, Barnabas Greeley on Caprica. We love him. I'm curious as to how that role came about for you, and how, if you could give us a bit of insight into the character, because he's definitely mysterious. We know he's a religious zealot, but it seems like there is something more going on there.
I got the role of Barnabas because of Jane Espenson, who was a writer. Jane, she was a writer-producer on Buffy, and she's a writer-producer on Caprica, and she was lobbying to have me cast in a different role. And the producer kept saying, no, not that role, no, no, no. And having seen who got cast in the role, he was right. But
Which
Jane
role?
just said, get him on the show, you will be happy. Just get him on anything, just get him on the set. So the producer came up and said, well, Barnabas would be an interesting role for him. And so they gave me Barnabas instead. A smaller, but I think more interesting role than what I had originally auditioned for. With respect to his character, frankly, there is a lot that I don't know, and that they're probably still making up. But the general idea, look guys, when we're making television, we don't know what we're doing. We're exploring ourselves. And we really, in a way, when we start the season, we don't know where it's going to end, really. I mean, in the broad terms sometimes, but anyway. Barnabas is looking at a society. It's like he's looking out over ancient Rome. Because in Caprica, there are these V clubs where the teenagers go. It's a virtual club, and there's no real blood or anything, but these teenagers pop into this virtual club and start slaughtering each other for fun. They have human sacrifices, they shoot each other in the head for fun. And this is very much like the Colosseum of ancient Rome, where we fed people to lions for fun and had chips while we watched. And so Barnabas is looking at that level of decadence, and he is realizing that this society is coming unraveled at the hinges, and that we are well on our way toward decline, and that we just have to look at Rome to know what is about to happen to us. And just like Rome, Caprica has a pantheonic religion with multiple gods, and the religion is more concerned with explaining human psychology than imposing morality. And what Barnabas' point is, I'm sorry, look at the V clubs. We need a god to come in here and say, okay, you out of the pool. You know, you're bad. You know, you broke the law. You're good. You're bad. Good. And we need that imposition of morality, or else we will eat each other alive. And I can see the man's point. I can even see his point looking out in the society we have right now on Earth. I don't agree with the need for a monotheistic morality placed on top, but I can understand why someone would look at the society and want to revolt against it. And in fact, I am in the same position as Barnabas, except my revolution is a peaceful one. And art is my weapon. And he's in the middle of a violent revolution with guns and explosives.
As Ron Moore said, the view is best always right before you go over the waterfall, right? Can I ask you really quickly, would Spike and Barnabas get along pretty much?
Which Spike? As the early Spike would have thought he was, no, they would never have gotten it. Because Spike doesn't care about anything but Buffy, and he thinks that people who care about things are kind of, and Barnabas cares.
Gentleman who's been holding his hand for 20 minutes. You're up.
Hi, James. Thanks for coming.
Hey, brother.
I just wanted, what of you did you bring to Spike, or what does Spike do you see in you?
Oh, what did I bring? Everything. I have the ability to become very angry. In the past, I've had the ability to become violent, although ever since my son was born, I have a very soul. I am love's bitch. just don't wear a big coat, I guess.
And just one more question. If Spike and Angel were to go at it for real, who do you think would take it?
If Spike and Angel were to go at it for real, I think Spike would win again, because I think Spike wants it more. I think Spike's hungrier than Angel. Angel is a little over the whole thing. Spike wants to prove himself. And so do that Rocky thing. You know?
Burgundy jacket. Is there 2 burgundy jackets in there? There seems to be 2 of everything.
80s and burgundy
shades. I don't remember half of what I did for Buffy, and I'm afraid I don't remember that song. I'm sorry. I'll give you a different song, though. This is a sad song. I sang this last night, and I'm glad I can sing it for you. It's designed to be a cappella. I was doing a cowboy movie for sci-fi called High Plains Invaders, and I played a cowboy that never returns from the Indian Wars and abandons his fiancée to the Wild West, to the harsh life of a single woman in the Wild West. He never comes home, and he robs trains and eventually gets someone killed, and then shows up into a town to be hanged. He says, "My life has not been good. I want it to end. Catch me now and kill me." Except when they put the rope on his neck, he notices that his ex-fiancée has moved to that same town. And now his last gift to her is going to be watching him die. Right? And in the script, it was a pathetic explanation for why he wanted to die. In the script, he was robbing a train, and he pulled a gun that wasn't loaded and pointed at an old conductor, and the conductor had a heart attack. So, kill me! You know, I just thought it was not so strong, and the director thought the same thing. So we tried to do a rewrite. It didn't work out so well, and I had this wealth of feeling from the rewrite, and it just popped out as a song. So here we go. Well, I'm alone in Labyrinth with my lady by my side. After wars, I left her, and now she's come to watch me die. She's a flower in the sun, and now she's crawling through the mud. 'Cause of me, 'cause of me. My heart was sick from killing engines with their babies in their beds. I refused, but my general put his gun up to my head. And I wanted to come home, so Abby wouldn't live alone. So I killed and burned them down. I woke up a cold dark morning and saw a face in the mirror. Realized what I was bringing home wasn't worth bringing anymore. So I tried to heal my sores with rum, whiskey, and whores. Didn't work, I was still bad. Sheriff put the noose right around me, pulled it tightly, snapped my neck. Don't want my love to see me strangled when my soul's blown all to heck. So I'm alone in Labyrinth with my baby by my side. I don't know if I could bear it to see poor Abby cry one more time.
Marsters,
Thank you very much, guys. I love you. I'll see you all out there.